Problems, pain points, and the flaws. To me, they mark an opportunity for improvement upon the way it is currently done. For if something is working despite all of its problems, imagine what it would be like if all these problems were solved. A year and a half ago, I learned to value a distinct mindset, keen on applying the knowledge and skills I know to identify and solve problems. It all started with a transportation problem and an alternative solution. At this time, I was working at Starbucks 25 hours a week and going to school 15 credits, and biking between campus, work, and home was too inefficient. I wanted to do more. I wanted to get more done. Enter the motorized bike. Before hot, sweaty, and exhausted, now at the twist of a throttle, I can conserve all of my energy and cruise in the wind. And at $100 and 80 miles per gallon, I was golden. I thoroughly enjoyed my efficiency upgrade. But this was just the beginning. This bike was one of the first out of a garage 5 miles south of ASU's Tempe campus. This was Y-Pedal. And this is how I met Dustin. Dustin's the guy in the garage, but more importantly, Dustin's the guy solving people's transportation problems. He not only found people whose lives were burdened by the lack of transportation, but he found people whose lives were burdened by traditional forms of transportation. And in my eyes, Y-Pedal was a project. Dustin, an engineer, and with this perception, I assumed what I was learning as an engineering management student would apply. At this time, I was learning how to analyze work being done and design processes to make it more efficient. I was learning how to engineer projects and make them more effective. Also at this time, I participated in a hackathon and an eventathon, which are like high-intensity workouts for your problem-solving muscles. But I wanted to test myself. I wanted to know if I could apply the things I was learning. So I started to come around more often. I would pull up a chair and watch Dustin work. I would ask him questions. I would listen to the operational problems he was facing as an engineer starting a business. This was my entrepreneurial mindset. I connect with hundreds of customers weekly as a Starbucks barista, but connecting with the individual who needs a solution to a problem in their life changes everything. I would propose a solution to Dustin and then work with him. I would try to figure out what worked and what stuck, and not many made an improvement, but some did. And after working with Dustin on these improvements, a lens of real-world applications started to form. This was a new way of learning. This was learning by doing. The first moment I helped Dustin provide a form of transportation to an individual was the first moment I truly realized what I could achieve by applying my efforts and knowledge. I worked towards something that empowered another individual and gave them the ability to achieve more. After this realization, the cat was out of the bag. I was developing a mindset that I apply in my classes, my communities, at Starbucks where I work, and I constantly asked myself, how can I immediately apply what I'm learning? I want students to understand the power of their knowledge. But more importantly, I want students to have faith in themselves and their abilities to apply this knowledge anywhere they see fit. I want it to be clear that the entrepreneurial mindset is not being an entrepreneur, and that it is simply a creative, self-initiating, problem-solving mindset, ingrained with this constant drive to explore and ask questions, be curious, so that we can see structure in this world of uncertainty by connecting structures of resources, skills, and networks to solve problems. Not create for the sake of creating, but creating for the sake of solving a problem. Today, Y-Pedal's mission is to support the alternative solution in this world of traditional transportation. Dustin and I work together to solve Y-Pedal's problems so Y-Pedal can solve other people's problems. I want to show that the entrepreneurial mindset can be applied in all fields of study, sectors of industry, and scenarios of life. And that you don't need to go to school or get a degree, and you don't need a startup. It is just another mindset that you can have in your tool belt. Thank you.